Hello and welcome to this next episode in the video series. We're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Game Jam of 2024. And this time we will have a look at Land's End by FatWednesday. And the screenshots look quite promising here. Let's have a look at the theme implementation. You are the only person in the game's secluded location. There are shadows that you catch a glimpse of, but you never interact with other people, only reading about events in notes left behind. Cosmic horror, inclusion of everyone's favorite Lovecraftian big lad, Cthulhu, makes a pixelated appearance as the enemy of this experience, even if not a very active part. Alright, let's have a look at the game page. So this game runs only in the browser, cannot be downloaded, so I will play it that way. Post-jam update, sanity decay lowered, so I will play this version then, which is then a post-jam version. Sanity decay lowered, fixed a number of missing colliders, allowing out of bounds. Sanity no longer decreases during lockpicking or narrative delivery, that makes sense. Adding back button on HUD to make it more accessible. Okay. Back button. Alright. Well, I guess it's just to access the HUD or remove the HUD. In any case, my entry for Dungeoncrawler Jam 24. Now I don't think I've ever made a dungeon crawler or even played one in years, if ever. So what better game to try and make? Yeah, since I didn't get controls screen in there, here's the rundown. WSB-D for movement, alright, or arrow keys numpad. Interact is space or E, alright. Inventory is tab. Disclosure, I've not had time to bug test as thoroughly as I might like, so there's always a chance there's some walls you can walk through, somewhere that I missed. If you see them, just walk back and pretend nothing happened. Okay, we'll do so. Too short, more reading. Anyways, this is not a typical dungeon crawler that focuses on combat, enemies and loot. Instead, due to my limited ability and time, I went with a more narrative-based game, with the same controls viewpoint as a dungeon crawler, so apologies if you're not a fan of reading. Overall, I feel like it feels less like a finished game and more of a vertical slice of what could be a game with further work. As always, with these jams, I went solo and tried to get my hands dirty by filling in some of the gaps left by my main building asset pack, creating a few extra parts and models for interior spaces. Much more comfortable with Blender now until I forget it all and find myself back on Google the next time I try 3D in a game jam. If it's not listed as a credit below, then it was done by yours truly. Alright, so you can have a look at the stuff here. Okay, but with that, let's jump into the game. I will switch around here to have it full screen. So this is at Land's End by FatWednesday. Alright, here we are at Land's End. And let's start a new game. I already looked into that for a few minutes. And yeah. You awake suddenly, your limbs heavy and your head filled with noises. You lay there for a moment on what feels like a cold stone floor. What happened, you wonder? Slowly as time passes, you feel the cacophony of noise in your mind starts to soften. You can identify what sound like whispers, but none clear enough to make out. You finally regained agency of your body and with less than graceful motions, bring yourself upright. What happened here? Where even is here? And why can't you remember anything? Alright. So you can adjust the volumes here, but in the first dialogue it's not applied yet. However, it is applied on restarting the game. And you need to restart whenever you die. So we have, what's that? Bookshelf. Don't you have things to be doing? Okay, we can't do anything there. Maybe I could break these with something. Yeah, but we don't have anything yet. Alright, we have sanity. And once we go outside, the sanity will be dropping. And it's dropping really quick. And if this was even faster before, that would be, yeah, problematic indeed. There was something something rushing by. So while this is dropping, I will quickly talk about the perspective. So generally it's nice that you can see the walls left and right and also the floor you're standing on, but the angle is a bit too tough downwards. So it feels like you're running through the world like this, and this is a bit odd. Usually you would want these lines to be straight vertical lines, and you can also accomplish that a bit by changing the camera projection. The alternative, of course, just to change the camera angle, then you will not see the floor, but you could lower the camera or change the field of view. Regarding the field of view, I think the tile size looks about fine as it is, but it could also be a little change to the field of view wouldn't be too problematic. Let me show the Grimrock overlay. You can see that this one goes with a very different angle, and even though the tile size is about the same, you can see that this has the same width, but this one is not quite as long. So this tile ends here, while on Grimrock it ends here. So this is just because the head is bowed down quite a lot. So I think that could be better by not having this head angle. Now we have 10% sanity left. Regarding the controls, you can hold the button. You can also move forward and type right away, and it will turn that way. However, sometimes the commands are still cut off, and now we are dead. And the cutting off might be because the animation is too slow, or maybe because it's queuing up maybe the wrong thing or something like that, or it's too late or something. But the controls, even though it's queuing up, it doesn't feel super great. So let me quickly restart the game. As it's mentioned here, I didn't have time to implement a reset. Refresh the page to play again. Alright, let's do that. Alright, here we are again. Start. Now I click that away, and now you can hear that the volume is adjusted. So we cannot interact with that stuff here. Not with this either. The graphics are really nice. Like the textures, they are very much, I don't know. Like, we need to open the door by locking these into the middle. And we got a letter. It all started a few days ago. The storm rolled in bigger than expected and bringing something with it on the winds. Something unnatural. Most of the town fell to it immediately, but others seemed fine. We holed up indoors mostly, and before we knew it, everyone else gone. If you're reading this, you have a chance. Ivory was rambling on about some weird occult nonsense. I didn't understand much, but what I did understand was that he had a plan, something about an artifact and a ritual. If you want to know more, you'll have to try his cellar. That's where he kept all his work. Maybe he left something clearer there. But the crazy old bastard blocked his cellar with crates. There must be something somewhere I can use to break through. Whatever it is, you can only fight it for so long. I can feel my mind slowly becoming not my own. I can't keep the voices out for much longer. Okay, we have a crate here with a lantern. Reduces sanity loss whilst outdoors. Alright. And we got mental fortitude. A local brew sure to help you keep your wits about you. And we also increased the sanity again. What have we become? So let's open the backpack. I can't really use these. Maybe it's just a passive thing. Yeah, and here's the use button. A local brew to help you keep your wits about you. I guess this is increasing the sanity. Your vision goes dark. The great dreamer appears in front of you. It seems he wants control of your mind. You'll need to focus and concentrate in order to maintain control. Press E or space and the psychic orbs are in the center. Your sanity will recover or deplete as you go. Get ready. You basically have to press space when they are almost in the center, not in the center. You have managed to fend off this monstrosity for now. I tried this once before and I failed, and this was how far I played before. Okay. So last time, like half of them went through because I pressed it in the center. I can't punch my way through the crates. Yeah, we need... What was that? There was an interact. Ah, okay. Hastily deployed security measure. But the sanity is still dropping fast, so... Yeah, I think if the sanity was also dropping in these mini games, it's basically unplayable. I'm not sure what this is. I can't punch my way through the crates. Ah, okay, now we got a crowbar. And now we can remove these. So there was nothing, but maybe we can go through that. Nope. So sometimes the movement is still cut off. Doesn't feel too great. We already opened that one, like now. Okay, we got another mental fortitude. Let's go back to the start. Like I pressed 2 times to the left and it only did 1 time now. Okay. I want to read some books. We can't do that. Nothing here. And here I wanted to move forward, but it just didn't do anything. Barricade door hastily deployed. It seems the door was sealed, not going this way. Okay, weird. But I don't know where I need to... We needed to go into a cellar. Not going this way. But I have no idea where the cellar is supposed to be. Not going this way. I mean, here's nothing we can destroy. Security measure. Sealed. I wasn't here yet. Ah, okay. But it wasn't meant to happen like this. I need people to know that I never meant for this. I read the literature, studied the manuscripts. I thought I could control it. This wasn't meant to happen. It was meant to be different. It's no matter though. I'll not likely live long enough to face justice from other living soul. I think I am the last of the town remaining. If you are reading this, then you may be our only hope. There's a way to put an end to this. My ritual in the old basement may have been a failure, but it proves the documentation is legitimate. And if the ritual to summon the great dreamer, when the process to banish him should be just as workable. I made preparations in the church. I'm not sure if being on holy grounds would help, but it seemed a fitting way to repent. You just need to take the idol there, place it in the ritual circle and recite the incantation. I would do it myself. Could I not already feel my mind slipping? I won't become his slave. Okay, so we should find something. Ancient relic. Can this really be what saves us? Did I take that now? Yes. And we need to put that into the church. And it seems like sometimes pressing the use button is just repeating that, but it's not getting rid of the thing. Okay, so where can we find the church? This looks like a church, but this was... Maybe we can just drop that here. You gaze at the note in your hand, clearing your throat. You open your mouth and begin to chant. Despite your lips moving, your brain commanding them, the voice that escapes them seems foreign to you, as if another was speaking through you. As the words continue to stream out of you, they take form in the air as a whirlwind of glyphs manifest around the circle. Your voice booms as the ritual reaches a climax. With a flash of brilliant white light, the room erupts in sound as a great blast emits from the idol in the center of the circle, throwing you back against the opposite wall. You feel the warm sensation of blood trickling down your neck. Well, very pleasant. You hear silence for the first time since you woke. Slowly, your vision goes black, and the last thing you feel is the cold stone as your face hits the floor. Denied! You have succeeded in banishing Cthulhu for now, but the old ones will try again. I didn't have time to implement reset. Okay, so that was... We won the game with that. I mean, there was also this kind of circle in the starting room. Let me try that. 1 second. Need to restart the game. Alright, fast forward. I'm already going through... going to the room to get the lantern again. Alright. Let's take this. And also, let's take this. Now we need to play the mini game. Now I will try to only hit... well, if it's in the center... but it's better if you press... if it's just starting to get inside. Okay, now let's get to the crowbar. I actually did that by accident, the left one. Okay. Now down to the cellar. Speedrun. Yeah, I was walking forward, but it was completely ignoring the forward command. Alright. Destroy. Okay, now instead of going to the church, I will go to the starting thing and let's see if we can do anything there. Open inventory. Use. You gaze at the note in your hand, clearing your throat. You open your mouth and begin to chant. As you chant, you notice something strange. The voices are getting louder, stronger. A blinding but familiar light fills the room, and from it a voice you recognize. Avery, it whispers. And then you remember. You remember the research, the promises of wealth and power. You remember the years it took to get this far in your journey. You remember your name and why you are here. I am Thomas Avery, you think, and this time it will be different. You have recovered your memory. You caused this all along, but will this time be any different? Alright, so there were two different endings. That's nice. So, yeah, let me just restart the game once again. 1 second. Okay, so here we are. As I mentioned, with the perspective, I think the angle should be higher, and the that might then require to change the field of view a bit or lower the camera. Maybe, I mean, just try what works best. And but you can also change the camera projection, but generally these lines, they should be straight. Then the movement, there is something weird going on. I mean, it is queuing up commands, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Oftentimes your input is just ignored. There's something weird about this controller. So I can't quite tell what it is. That's probably something internal. I can't really reproduce it. That sometimes when I was pressing forward, then for example there was no forward movement. But yeah, this time I tried to turn left before, but it didn't work. But this might be because, let me... Yeah, okay, this is of course just queuing up one command, so... No, it's not. I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but it's weird. So the movement, the animations could be a little bit quicker, especially moving forward, and that would also feel better moving around the world. And faster controls usually also mean that any issues the controller has, or like if there is no queuing up or anything like that, the faster it goes, or if you even have instant movement, the lesser this becomes of an issue. So there's that about the perspective and the controls. I think the graphics are perfectly fine. It looks actually pretty good. Like, this really looks like an old town here, so that's nice. The music and the sound effects also work nice. I like that there's an options menu in the game, which actually works. But it should be applied as soon as you start the game and not just after the first dialogue, which was a bit weird. Also, nice touch with the two endings and with the, like, enemies or whatever. If you enter the city first, you see some shadows rushing around or something. So right now there was something I wanted to go forward, or now I want to go forward. I think that's when you go back and then, yeah, okay. So if I go back and then forward, then the forward is not executed. And yeah, so the controls should be adjusted a bit. But nevertheless, for a first dungeon crawler, and with no experience with dungeon crawlers, that's still quite an accomplishment by, let me check the name again, FatWednesday. So yeah, thanks for sending in the game for the DungeonCrawler Game Jam 2024. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video and want to check out more videos. You can also find a playlist down in the video description. And with that, I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.